Hello, my name is Tatiana, and today I want to talk about something serious. I want to talk about mental health and mental illness and depression, stuff like that. And pretty much, we're going to be watching this video, and you're going to be seeing my reaction. You're also going to be seeing my opinion on certain things. And I feel like the girl that I'm going to be reacting to, her video is pretty much just, she said everything that I feel like I would say. Well, not everything, because I've been through a lot of stuff, but when it comes to depression and when it comes to just like feeling low and sometimes like family problems and stuff like that, it really gets to you. And I'm just going to show my reaction and share things that get me feeling in a better mood whenever I'm in a bad mood. And I wanted to put on a face mask while doing this. And I'm not too sure which one I want to do though. Let's be down. Let's be down. Letting me down. Cause you wanna be down. Okay, but so yeah. So I have these two masks. I'm not too sure which one I want to use for this video. Either vitamin C glow boosting or the detoxifying charcoal mud mask. I'm not too sure which one I want. Okay. I'm not too sure which one I want. But I'm going to go wash my face, pick the one I choose. Comment right now which one you think I chose between these two.
It is
between this one,
something
the vitamin C,
in the morning,
and the charcoal mud mask. So you guys can comment and tell me which one you think I chose, and I will be right back.
So yes, I am exposing myself. There's gonna be waterworks. Just warning you from now.
Okay. So
negativity. Anybody who just
I chose the charcoal.
I don't have time for it.
So we're gonna chill with the charcoal,
nothing nice to say,
and we're gonna
anyone, so
relax.
Period.
And we're going to
don't even say nothing.
watch this video.
So I decided to make this video exposing cassanova. I've tried to make this video 3 times. This is my 3rd time refilming it because I just don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, I have no idea. So yeah. So I'm basically making this video talking about my depression. But the first video that I filmed, I talked about my childhood. And then I didn't like it. The second video I filmed, I talked about my experience. And I didn't like it. So now this is the 3rd video. And I'm going to just talk about
no negativity.
Depression.
No negativity.
First things first, I want to say I am not looking for sympathy. I don't want nobody's sympathy. Please don't message me after this being like, hey, are you okay? Like, I'm fine. Please, just know I'm okay. I just needed to make this video for myself to let go, because YouTube is actually my little world, my own world, the only place where I feel comfortable to be myself, no matter if the bitch that's watching is a hating ass bitch, no matter if the person who's watching is just a regular supporter. I could give a fuck who you are. At the end of the day, once I post my video, it's in the universe and I leave it and I let go. So there will be waterworks because a bitch is tired. So fucking tired. I'm so tired.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing this for me because honestly, like, I don't know what else
So
I'm supposed
I
to
loved when
do.
she said that because
Honestly, I don't.
I feel
I
like
don't.
when it comes to
I have
me
no
and my depression,
clue.
my mental illness, and what I've been through, I don't like people feeling like it's a burden on them or, you know, they have
Okay,
to
sorry.
listen to my problems or anything like that. I usually
So,
carry all
I
my
don't even know
problems
where to
in
begin.
and I
I guess
usually
I'll
try
just be
to
like,
fix them
hello.
myself. So I
My
don't
name
want
is
anyone to
Kiara,
give
or
me any
Key.
sympathy.
That's what people call me.
It's just more,
Key Casanova,
instead of
it's my last
sympathy, it
name.
would be more of an
And, I suffer
empathy
from
instead
depression.
of a sympathy.
Now, if we're getting
Empathy is
into
when
the
you
type of
can
depression that I
understand where the
have,
person's coming
I'm
from,
a
not
manic
just
depression.
being
It's what I suffer from.
sympathetic and just being
A
like,
little bit of
okay,
anxiety,
I'm
a
sorry for
little
what's
bit of
going
mental
on. I'm sorry for
problems.
what's happening
That's
to
what
you.
comes
Being
with
sorry for what
my
has
shit.
happened to
But
someone will not do
I've been
anything for
suffering
that
from
person.
depression.
I feel like what you can do is just give them
Whew,
tools to become a better person
since I
and
was like 13, baby.
be a
So
loving
almost
person
8
to
years
them,
now.
and that's how you can help them
Almost
out
8 years
of the
now.
situation
And
they're going through.
this is like the
But
worst
you
it's
know,
been
anything
ever.
otherwise,
For
you're
those who
just
don't know
trying
what
to be an
depression is, I'm
instigator,
gonna
you're
pull up
trying to be a
the actual
hater, you're
meaning
trying to
of
tear that
depression
person
for
down,
you.
and they're already at a
Feelings of
low point
severe
because of
despondency and dejection.
what
So
whatever
self-doubt
feelings they're
creeps and
feeling.
swiftly
So
turns
it's
into
important to
depression.
just
So if you guys don't
take people's
understand what
feelings
that
into
is, depression is just a
consideration
feeling of
and don't
worthlessness,
take people
insecurity,
for
laziness,
granted
but
pretty
it's
much.
actually like a mental illness. Like it's a sickness. Like it is a sickness, and I will not sit here and deny that. And we are suffering every day, and honestly, I don't think that depression is talked about enough because when I was younger, I was really depressed. I even used to be suicidal, have absolutely no will to live. I would even attempt. It wasn't until that I learned that if I kill myself, that I would have to return to Earth. That I was like, yeah, this is not worth it. Like, killing myself is not worth it. I would have to come back here. What would be the difference? It would be the same thing. My life would probably be worse, maybe. So I totally like beat the thought out of my mind. Do I still have thoughts? Of course. I wouldn't act upon it. So don't sit here and think that I'm like gonna jump off a bridge tomorrow. Like it's not that. I'm just, I'm I'm tired of feeling like this. And I'm tired of this never-ending cycle that keeps happening to me. And I think today is the day that I put my foot down, which is why I'm sitting down and I'm filming this video. This is a really long overdue video. So many people have been asking me for
Which is the worst
months
type.
to do this video, and I always say,
Worst
yeah, I'm
type.
gonna do it, and I never do it.
Because
So here I am doing it. But I don't really want to sit here and tell you about my pity life and what happened and why
manic
and all
depression
this
sucks
stuff,
because
like I'm
you
gonna just beat around the
you can go
bush,
from really
and I'm just gonna
high to really
say
low anytime,
simple things about the
and
reason why
it's the
I always
worst
felt the way I
because
felt.
if
It's
you
because I
search up
never
what
felt
manic means, Manic is just like
belong to
hyper
anyone, not even my own
intense,
family.
very
I just feel like people
on
have so much
edge.
resentment
And then
towards me,
depression is the exact
hostility,
opposite. So just
and
imagine like going through that all the
everybody would
time.
always
It's
have
very
either like
frustrating.
just comments that could
And
demean
remember,
people
before you're
closest to me.
judgmental
Even
about
I'm not gonna sit
anything,
here and
remember,
expose people
just
who have
like
done me wrong
diabetes, just like
because
cancer,
who
just like
cares? Because I honestly don't anymore. So it is what it
other
is.
stuff
I
that's
just wanted to
hereditary,
make this video
mental illness is
to tell
hereditary as
somebody
well. And
with
you don't
depression,
know
be better
how that person's
and
gonna
try to
get
beat
it.
it,
You don't know
because
why that person has it.
don't let it take you.
Sometimes it could be a spiritual gift. I feel like sometimes it's
Not
spiritual
even
gift.
don't let it
Sometimes
take you,
it could be a curse. Sometimes it could be a natural
but don't
chemical
succumb to it.
imbalance in your brain. It could be anything really.
I was
There's so
supposed
much
to film
research
a
we have to
whole
do
different
on
video,
mental illness and mental health and all that
but
stuff. But
it creeped up on me,
at the end of the day, I feel like
and I wasn't even gonna
no
film
one should really
today.
judge you if you have a mental illness
And
because you can't really
that's usually what
control that.
happens.
You can't
Is that I'm
control
getting ready to
what you
film,
get.
and then something
You
happens,
come onto this earth and you're just expected to
and then
you do
it
everything
just all
perfectly
goes
and then
down.
that's
But
it.
today I was
Like that's
like, you
not how
know
it
what?
goes.
Like,
People come with
fuck it.
issues. People come
I'm
with
gonna
problems.
film, and I'm gonna talk
People have
about my mental illness
deep rooted issues inside of them
because
that
I'm
need to
so
be
tired of it.
fixed.
In
And
the
right
beginning
now
of
I'm
my
trying to figure out how
stages,
to
I'm not gonna
fix
tell
these
you like
problems because
pinpoint what's going on, but I'm gonna tell you about a lot of the problems that
if
I
we don't
had
fix them,
with my depression.
it's just
Is
gonna get
okay,
worse, and I
religious
really
family
cannot see anything worse.
telling me that it's a demon, it's the
I can't.
devil, or whatever.
I
Okay, if
cannot.
that's your belief, whatever. I don't care.
I cannot.
No.
So
Okay, it is
try
my
not to
mental
judge
illness.
people
It
if
is
they say they
called
have
depression,
depression, if they
and
say they
it
have this,
needs
they have
help.
that.
Now, I
Don't
think a
try
lot of
to
people
throw
don't
it back in their
understand that
face like a stupid
there
person.
needs to be a
First of all,
little
you
bit
sound
of
stupid. Second of
sensitivity
all,
when
you
it comes
sound
to an individual
your
with
character
depression.
sounds really
But
trash.
negative
If you throw
speaking,
someone's
negative thoughts,
mental illness
negative
back in their face, you are a
words that you
trash
spit at somebody with
individual.
depression,
You
just
are a
believe
trash individual
that they're gonna hold
because
on to that for
you can't
months.
control that.
If you told
Nobody
that
can control
person
that.
you're fat in January, they're holding it until
Nobody
December.
can control
Let me tell you that.
a mental
If you're
illness.
sitting
The only
here,
thing they can
just
do is,
imagine this. Like
well,
this, like
what
really
I
blows my
do
fucking
is
mind.
I
Like this
pray and I think positive
really blows my
thoughts and
fucking mind. Let's
I
say you are
try my best to
depressed.
be in a good,
You can't
positive
even fucking
environment.
get up. Like
But not everyone has that option. So you can't sit there and judge people going through things that's going on in their head. Half the time they find stuff that they don't even know what they're finding. So you cannot judge them. You cannot. Let's move
okay,
on.
you can't even get up. You don't even have the will or the power or the strength to lift your fucking head. You don't care. And for somebody to come into your face and telling you that you're lazy, you're wetless, you're this and you're that. What the fuck? Like, let me just tell you, that resonates with a person, and that will resonate with me for the rest of my fucking life. Are you crazy? I'm even saying this to myself in my head. So, and then imagine, like, it's hard. And I just want to know anyone who is going through that, and, you know, you have somebody just hounding you fucking down, negative comments down your throat, negative comments always, nothing but negativity. I'm praying for you. I'm honestly praying for you. Because there's a lot, like, bro, even now, nobody takes my depression, like, seriously. Oh, it is what it is. Oh, I'm just this and this and this. Like, no, sis. Like, no, that's not how it goes. That's not how it works. That's not how it's gonna go. That's not how it's gonna roll, buddy. No. Like, the fuck? I can't just wake up and be okay. And I haven't been okay for a really long time. I'm so tired. But I know
So that's the thing.
that the pain that you go through
I also went through
right now
really
is
dark
nothing
times
compared to the
where
blessing
I
you're about to receive.
contemplated stuff like that.
You know, that's all that
And
fucking
I
matters
feel
right
like
now. Is
you
my
should never
strength and my
contemplate stuff
power.
like that.
Which is
Because
why I'm filming this video.
life is beautiful. You just have to
I just
see
want somebody to know that
what's beautiful to you about it.
don't feel the way I
Honestly,
feel.
that's a real fact. So, like, you really
Because
have
you
to
are
see
good enough, and
what's
you are
beautiful about it to
beautiful,
you.
and you are gorgeous,
And
and you're not fat, and you're not overweight,
you
and
just
you're not
gotta
ugly.
fight all the negative thoughts that come
And
in
you're
your
going to get
head
through it.
because they're not true.
And you're not alone.
They're not.
You're not alone. This is no fucking joke. Like, this isn't even funny. I don't want anybody to ever feel like they're a worthless piece of shit, because you're not. Honestly, you're not a worthless piece of shit. And I know it's like, why should I believe you? You know, you're sitting here and you're telling me that I'm not a worthless piece of shit, but you think you're a worthless piece of shit. And it's like, yeah, I do. But let the worthless piece of shit tell you that you're not one, because you're not me. Bro, I just don't know what happened, what changed. I'm always asking myself, like, how the fuck am I gonna get myself out of this? And it's like, I want to go on medication so bad, but I can't. I don't trust the government. And it's like, I always feel like I have the power to get through this by myself. But I don't even know. And I never, ever want to put this on anybody. Because all they want is, like, this is my thing, like, everything anybody ever says, how annoying, how much of a burden, how much they don't want me, and it's just like, okay. I don't know how many times I have to hear that. And I'm bro. And being negative is not, it is not something that I'm proud of, and it's not something that I want to be promoting. But it's like, how can I help it? How can I help it? That's why I try my best. I try my best to just stay the fuck away from people. I just want to stay the fuck away. I just don't have time to sit here and vent. Like, I don't want to sit here and vent. I don't want to cry about anything. I just want to make money. I just want to be happy and go about my fucking day. Like, and people just make it so fucking hard. I make it hard on myself as well, because I'm just fucking like, but I just can't anymore. I can't deal with this anymore. It's really killing me at this point. Like, I'm actually mentally fucking dying. Real shit. I've tried so many times to pick myself back up, and it works. I could pick myself up. I'm capable of doing that, but it comes right back. You know what I think it is? I also think it's the world. Like, the world just hate me.
I personally feel like it's both. I feel like
being
it
sad on
is
my
a
YouTube
mental
channel.
illness,
This is like
but
the
I also
worst
do feel like there is a
feeling.
spiritual
This
part
is
to it
actually like a
as
place that
well.
makes me really, really,
That's
really
just my
fucking
personal
happy.
perspective on it, though.
But
And I totally agree with what she's saying. I feel like.
And you know what? Another thing, it's so funny. You know what's so funny?
Life
Is
is
how
just
many
crazy,
people
and I don't know why I'm
tell me
here, but
my
I'm
job
trying to
isn't
figure it out.
hard.
So let's continue.
Oh, it's so easy. How easy. Imagine. I just went through this, and now I have to go film 3 videos, and I have to go, hey guys, what is poppin'? Like, come on now, give me a fucking break.
Which
Why
is
would I
true.
ever do that to people? I
Some
don't
people
ever
that
want
have
to. Like,
anxiety.
that is why, whenever people are like,
Some people
why
that
don't
have
you film
anxiety.
me? What do you mean, why?
Some people that have
I
serious
don't want to
mental
be fake.
issues, if they really love and care about you and you talk shit about them or you
And then
say
that's
something
another
that's
thing,
trying to
is
hurt
I
them
think too
and they
much,
actually
and I
listen
don't feel
to
like
it
I'm
and
good
actually
enough, and then
take
I
it into
can't
what you're
film, and I
saying,
don't film, and
you're gonna hurt
you
them
know,
really
it just
bad because they're
sucks.
gonna
And
be
then I
thinking
take
about
so
it
many
over and over and
breaks.
over
I
again,
take
and
so
that's not
many
cool.
breaks. So
So
many breaks
really try to
from YouTube
think before you
because so
speak. I
many
always say if
breaks.
you're gonna
They're probably
say
getting
something
sick of the breaks that I give
wrong
them.
or
Like,
say something rude,
bro,
don't
I'll
say
leave
it
for
at
like a whole
all.
fucking month and be like, bye
Unless it
guys.
needs to be said. I feel like
I
sometimes it
have to go
has to
get
be
my
said
shit
just because
together.
some people
And what
really
am
be
I doing that
trying.
whole month? I'm eating.
But
And
if
I'm
they're
laying
not
in my
trying
fucking
you, if
bed.
they're being a nice person to you and all you're trying to do is just, if the
But
person is
you
not
know what?
trying
This
to
is not
harm
the
you
end
in
of the
any way,
world. This
shape, or
wasn't
form,
supposed to be a
and
video where it's like, I'm
you're
crying.
you're trying to harm them,
It's not the end of the world
then
type
you
shit.
just
It's
have an
not at
evil
all.
heart and you
It's
need
just
to
straight
really
like,
reevaluate yourself
you know,
because
just
that's
gotta
not how it's supposed to go. When
keep it
someone is
pushing,
nice to you,
keep it
you're
moving.
supposed to be nice to them. That's how
How
it's supposed
about
to go. You're not
I
supposed to
answer real
fucking
people's
manipulate
questions
them
about
and try
depression
to sit there and be
instead of
nice to
just
them.
crying in the fucking
None of
camera,
that.
okay? So I don't want to cry in the
Period.
camera no more. I want to answer questions and about what people have to ask about depression. First question is, do I need to tell people that I'm depressed? No. You don't need to tell nobody you're depressed. I choose to tell the world that I'm depressed because when I was younger, nobody listened to me. Everybody ignored me. So, you know, they laughed at me, they mocked me, even my parents. My mom especially laughed, mocked, told me I'm extra. You don't have to tell nobody you're depressed. The fuck? One thing that I have to say about depression, another thing, is that with my manic depression, I also binge eat, so I'm a binge eater. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but a binge eating is basically when you consume large amounts of food in one sitting. So binge eating could be like I get like 5 burgers and I'll eat 5 burgers with some cookies and chips, and then I'll make pierogies and then I'll make ramen noodles, and I binge eat because I eat my emotions away. So a side note to all the people who always comment about, oh, when I get bigger, when I gain a lot of weight, that's usually a really big sign that I'm going through depression. Like I'm hitting a really low point. It's when I start gaining weight, because then I start to eat and I start to gain it. And so I don't know if you are a binge eater, but I'm low-key starting to stop binge eating. Because you gotta stop eating your emotions away, sis. A lot of people don't eat. And if you don't eat, you need to put an alarm on to make sure you do eat. Personally, how I would handle a child with depression, I would sleep with my kid. Because I cannot count on my hands the amount of
It kind of sucks
times
because being in a Caribbean
I've just
household,
curled
I
up
know
in a
exactly
ball
what she's
and
talking
cried
about.
because nobody believed me.
Very strict,
I
very
was in
annoying,
so
very
much
on your
pain
tail all the time,
still,
and
but
you just
nobody
have
believed
to
me. So, you know, like, I
figure
was
it
just
out,
suffering.
know?
If my kid tells me,
And
hey
it kind of
mom, I think
sucks
I'm
because,
depressed,
like, you wish that
I'm gonna do
you
everything
would
in my
have a
power to make
parent
sure
that
you're
would
good. What is it? What's wrong?
embrace
What is it
you
that you feel like
and
is making you feel like this way? Like, you need to get to the root of the
help you
issue.
understand what you're
Because
going through. But
my
only
depression
you
could
know
have
what you're
definitely
going
been
through, so
avoided, but
only you can
they
figure it
laughed.
out on your own. And
they didn't believe me.
And whenever you're
Nobody
trying to
helped.
figure it out on your own, which is,
They
well,
mocked me.
I feel like crap, so I'm
made
gonna
fun
lay
of
down
me,
and
so
do
it's
nothing. That's everyone
doesn't even
else's
matter.
interpretation
And
of, oh,
imagine
you're
having your
just being
own
lazy. You don't
parent
feel
not
like
believing
doing
you about
anything,
depression. Like,
so you just don't want to do
why the
anything.
fuck
No,
would anything
I don't
matter?
want to do anything
You
because
know?
I feel
Pros and cons
horrible
of seeing a
emotionally.
therapist.
And
Pros of seeing a therapist is actually having
I'm
somebody
trying
to talk
to figure
But the
out how
con
to
I would say
stop
is
this
when
feeling.
I was
But
younger.
for some reason, I cannot stop
When I
the
was
feeling.
younger,
You know,
my therapist
so
that I had
it's
with my mom,
it
she would
sucks.
like talk to
It's a
me,
really
and
bad
then
situation.
she would talk to my
And
mom, and
unless
then
you're
my mom
really
would tell me in my
organized,
face and be like, "Yeah, she said you're
you
extra.
will
She
not
said
get
you're just
anything
seeking
done.
attention. You're
And
just a fucking attention seeker."
that's another
Blah,
reason
blah,
why
blah,
we
blah,
have to
blah.
figure out
So it's like that
how to
didn't.
get out of these slumps, because
I had a total
we need
like
to get
turn
stuff
on
done in
her
order to
because
live, in order to
it's like, how are you sitting
survive.
here
We
and
need
you're
to get
talking
stuff
to me,
done.
but you're
We
gonna
can't just sit here and
you're
not do
gonna
anything. You know.
tell
So
my own mother that I'm just an attention seeker and I don't really need this and blah 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 blah. But to be honest, that doesn't even sound like a therapist would even do that. But I don't know. I don't know. Can you feel happiness even through depression? Yes. You could definitely feel happy while you're depressed. Just because you feel happy doesn't mean you're not depressed. What the fuck? You could be in your bed all day and you see somebody, one person that you just puts a fucking smile on your face. And, you know, you're happy in that moment. But when they leave, what's next? Nothing.
I think that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on
What triggers your depression?
that part of my life where I can look back and
I'd
see
rather
all
not
the stuff I've
say
been through and say, wow, I finally made it
who
to where I
triggers
was
my
trying to get
depression.
to. I finally got to
But
that area that I feel like I needed to get to.
People close to
That
me.
is
Did people
success,
think
or
you
that
wanted
is
attention?
happiness
Yes.
for me.
My
And I
little
feel
cries
like
out
I'm
for
so
help were
not
nothing
far.
to them.
I'm not too
but
far from
me
it, but
being an attention-seeking,
I
drama-filled
feel like there's so much
child. That was
obstacles
literally
that
what
are
they would say to
in
me.
your way
I'm an
when you're
attention-seeking,
trying to get to
drama-filled
where you're
kid
getting to.
that doesn't know what
And
anything is.
you just have to really have a
How did
lot
you
of
deal with
faith
it
and a lot of hope
this far?
and a lot of
Yeah, so suffering from depression for
dedication to
like
what you're
8
trying to
plus
do.
years, almost a
Because if you
decade.
don't,
Like,
you're gonna
imagine,
burn out and you're gonna
imagine.
not want to do
Imagine it
anything.
almost
Just
being a
gonna,
whole fucking decade.
you know.
I don't even know how I'm
So,
still alive. I don't.
mm,
I honestly don't. I don't even know how I do it. Something about it though is there will be months where I let my depression get the
I don't
best of
cry
me,
anymore
and I'll
just
lay in
because
my
that's
bed for
wasting my
months,
body fluids.
for days, weeks. I will not get up. I will not eat.
I
I will
don't
not do
cry
nothing.
anymore
I won't film.
because it doesn't make
I won't
sense
do
to
nothing.
cry.
Because I don't
It's not gonna change
care.
anything.
You know what I mean? I don't care. And then a lot of people, like, okay, a big factor for me right now is my environment that I'm in. And a lot of people have been telling me, oh, why don't you leave that environment, you know? But it's like, I've been depressed for over a year. If anybody can see my YouTube channel or anything, I have not been consistent in over a year. So how do you expect me to even create some type of big income for me to even be able to escape what I'm trying to run from? You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things, and then that's another factor with my depression is like who I am, what I'm doing, and all that stuff. That's a really big thing. That's a really big thing. Is YouTube a way to cope with my depression? 100%. This is my safe haven. But a lot of people have ruined my safe haven because I don't even feel comfortable to film anymore. I don't like to film. I feel like I'm boring. I don't like to post videos. I don't like it. I feel like I don't have enough energy. I feel like my personality is just over. I don't feel like anything even
And that's another thing.
matters
Kiara, you're not
anymore,
a
you
worst
know?
piece of
And the
shit.
fact that it's
You're
affected my
so
job,
you're so talented and beautiful. Don't ever think that about yourself.
stuff. Is having an anxiety and having depression really bad? Yes. When I have my anxiety attacks, my dad is a really big factor in making me get anxiety attacks. Because every time my mom kicks me out, she calls my dad. And my dad doesn't want me. He will never take me. Won't even take me to live with me. And my mom doesn't want me either. So, you know, I just I just don't know what to do anymore, to be really honest. You know, I literally told people, bro, give me 2 months. By the time you give me 2 months, I'm going to be out. I'm going to be gone. But nah. You know, it's just like, bro, like, what the fuck? That's annoying. It's honestly annoying. And then I'm getting kicked out within the 2 months that I said, bro, just give me 2 months. So
Yeah,
it's
that's another
so
thing. Why are
annoying
you
to want to
trying
be
to
able to
tear
save
your
money and you weren't
own
able to save money before
people
because obviously
down? Like,
depression
if you see
was like a
someone's
really
going through
big thing. And
something,
so boom,
go
boom,
tear them
boom. You
down.
were
You
spending money
already see
because
that
guess
they're
what? You
going
were
through
binge eating,
something.
so you were hungry all
Go
the
sit
fucking
there and
time
say
and you
things that
wanted
are
to
gonna
eat and
make
you
them
ate
feel
for
bad.
sports, so
Like, that
you
doesn't
wasted
make
your
any
money. You couldn't
sense.
save nothing. So obviously now when you're getting kicked out, now you want to save. You can't save because you weren't posting no videos, so you got no money. And you're 20 years old with no car. You got your mom pounding you down, calling you whatless, saying you're fat, saying you're this, saying you're that. You don't even know what the fuck to do anymore. You don't even know what the fuck to do anymore. You don't even know what the fuck to do.
Away
You
from
don't
people.
know. And you have so many things. You got
I stay
people
away
with
from
their
people all the
opinions and
time
fuck
because
you, people. Like,
that's a fact.
look, let me just tell you something, guys. For your future kids, if they have depression, if you got a sister, a friend, something, let me just say something. Don't ever make them feel like a burden. Ever. Because the one thing that would cure my depression is if I had my own space. And I can't even be comfortable enough to even save up for my own space because I'm not wanted. So it's just hard for me to like do anything and like even for me to even leave and go somewhere, I cannot bring all my equipment and go and film places because what the fuck, like that's a lot of shit and that's a lot of stuff and I gotta be realistic. And so honestly, I just it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But let's answer more questions. I went on like a little. Did you ever feel like you couldn't talk to someone because you didn't want to be a burden on them? But every day, I will forever tell anybody I'm okay. They ask me, "Are you okay?" I'm perfectly fine. I will never in my life sit down and tell somebody about my life. I would never sit down and complain about what I'm going through, what I go through, how I feel. Because that's just too much. I have friends that literally tell me the same shit. They've been telling me the same shit for the past year. Imagine how fucking annoying that is to tell a person, get up off your ass and do stuff, work, get your shit together. That's annoying. So therefore, I'm not speaking about nobody or talking to nobody. I don't have time for that. But you know, it is what it is. I answered a little bit of the questions. If you guys want me to go more into depth, I will 100% go into depth. This is just a random video that I guess I'm going to post and, yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But if you guys did like this video, please do not forget to give me a big thumbs up. If you didn't, I don't even have the energy to tell you to go suck your mom. So, bye.
No. Mhm. Yeah. So what she's talking about is pretty much um binge eating is like crazy because I feel like a lot of people do that, especially in the U.S. where you just eat when you're bored or you eat when with your emotions away, and I do that, and I'm not afraid to say that, but I've learned to change my habits. That way, I gain less weight. I also have learned to pick better foods to eat and better times to eat. So I've been gaining less weight. So um, I'm just happy that I am losing the weight and things are getting better. But you know, I gotta keep going. You know. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yep. That's another thing. Child. Another thing, therapists. It is so hard to find a good therapist. It is so hard to find a good therapist. You know, because they're doing it for the money. They're not doing it for the people. We need to get a therapist screening. I hope I hope somebody watches this from the government or something. A therapist screening that will actually screen the therapist out, see if they know how to deal with people, see if they know how to deal with people with problems, see if they have a compassionate heart to deal with the people, and then they become a therapist. But you're not even trying to be compassionate to anyone and you want to be a therapist, you need to reevaluate your work field. Like, what? Yes, you can feel happy while you're depressed. You can feel happy while being depressed. Mhm. And it's actually the exact opposite. It's an actual cry for help, but no one actually thinks of it that way. That's another thing. It's hard for people with mental illness or mental health issues to sustain a steady income because their emotions are always all over the place. And not only all over the place, in a rut. So how can you expect, unless they have control of their emotions and control of the situations that they go through? I feel more is better to say, because sometimes they can't even you can't even control the situations you go through. You just go through them. So it's just like, at this point, it's how you handle the situations you go through, and it's not easy. It's not easy. It doesn't make sense. Why have children? Yeah. Yep. Mhm. Yeah, that's a fact. I always say I'm okay. I always say I'm okay. Because the one time you do say you're not okay, they sit there and act like it's a whole big deal that they did for you. Like, fuck you. I'm fine. All right. So, that personally, that video right there hit me because, like, boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. This generation loves to pretend like everything's okay, like their life is perfect, and they also like to sit there and pretend like everyone doesn't have issues. And the fact that she was able to show her flaws, show that she's going through something, like everybody's going through something, shows that I'm going through something too, that I'm not the only one. There's something going on. Because I went through a lot of shit too, and I'm just like, dang, anybody can go through a lot of shit. Anybody can have a bad life. Anybody can have a good life. And that's another reason why I try my best to be nice to everyone I get in contact with, just because you don't know what that person went through. It's crazy because, like, you try your hardest to do the best you can as a person, and I feel like even then, it's not, it's not, I'm not saying it's not good enough, but at the end of the day, if you don't have that opinion on yourself that you do the best you can do, then other people's opinions are always going to try to come at you, and you have to have the best stable ground in your identity to know that you are a person that deserves everything good in life, everything that you desire, everything that you imagine you want, everything that you feel like you should get. And there should be no doubt about it. And it's just so sad that all these beautiful people with these beautiful hearts have these minds that are sad and warped and misunderstood. And us as people, us as people, we have to come together and really try to fix this problem that we have. And the problem that we have is mental health in our young adults, especially in our young adults. And I'm sure it's probably going to get worse for the younger ones too, because technology lowers human contact. So it's just at this point, we gotta figure this out. Like, you can search up the statistics yourself, you can do all that yourself. Mental illness is a problem, not just in the US, not just in Canada, in the world. And we have to figure out how to keep us happy, how to keep us sane, how to keep us healthy, how to live our lives the best way we can, as long as we can. So, I just want to thank you, Casanova, for posting that video, being as raw and as true and as real as she was. And I just want to thank everyone for watching. I hope that from this video you learn that everyone is going through something, and to be kind to everyone that you encounter, because you never know what they're going through. And try your best to love one another and be there for one another instead of trying to tear each other down like crabs in a barrel. So that's about it. And Jesus loves you. I wish we had a more audible way of hearing what God has to say. But that's just a thought I had in my head. But thanks you guys for watching. I hope that you liked this video. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, please click the notification bell, and I will catch y'all later.